Okay. So now yesterday we discussed ternary operator. We stopped at ternary operator. Today we'll start with the conditional statements and loops and switch classes. Give me a minute. Okay. Done. So now first I'm closing all these tabs. So I'm going to develop a guide. So the purpose of conditional statements is conditionally, if you want to display some output, will take help of conditional statements. Means based on some condition, if you want to display some output, and if that condition is fails, if you want to display another output, on such cases, we'll use conditional statements. So remember, in a real time, most of the cases will use this conditional statements. So you should have a good idea on these conditional statements. So coming to the conditional statements, we'll be having different structures. First structure is if condition. We'll see the example so that you'll get hands on. First, the simple if we'll see. So coming to the simple if, prior to this, I'll define one variable. Let's suppose I'll define Boolean variable. So variable name is RU coming to office. Let's suppose it's my variable. So for this, I'm keeping value like true. Let assume what is spelling true. So are you coming to office? It is my variable. So if so, here you should specify condition like this. After if you can speak space, specify a space and you can write a condition. So preferable way is in a parenthesis try to write a condition. If are you coming to office equals to true. So for Boolean variables, even we should not keep equals to true, but for comparison here I'm keeping. So for remember for Boolean variables, without specifying this thing also, it will understand like if are you coming office is true, then only it will enter into this conditional block. So here you can see. So if this condition is satisfied, so whatever the statement you want to display, you can display here. System dot debug. So remember, so condition we should specify inside this if block. But here, if it is a Boolean variable, we need not to specify a condition. By default, it will be considered like a condition. Okay. If it is true, then only it will take inside of this block. So system.debug a where casuals. Let's suppose I'm taking this small example. Now I want to run this portion only. Execute highlighted. Okay, I'll copy paste it. Control X. And I'll close it and open the debug window again. So, done. I'm pasting it here, same thing. Now I'm executing it. Done, it's executed and log file is got generated. Debug only. So you can see here we're casuals. So here what you should remember is whenever condition satisfied, then only it will give output like that. So let's suppose here in place of true, if we keep false, and we'll see. So one log file is generated, debug only. Nothing it is giving. It means from this, what you should understand is coming to the if condition. If this condition is true, then only it will give this statement as an output. If this condition is fail, it won't enter into this conditional block and it won't perform any actions inside this conditional block. So in this case, I am checking with the debug statement. Not only debug statement, whatever the code you keep here, that portion of code will be executed whenever this condition is satisfied. So if this condition fails, so if for this, if you want to keep a complementary like it's a reverse thing, like if this condition fails, if you want to display something in an output contradictory statement, you can keep here by keeping else keyword. So else system dot debug chill today. Okay, so now initially we are checking this condition. So here we are checking the condition. If this condition is true, we are getting output like hey where casuals. Else it will give output like chill today. So the purpose of else is else won't contain any conditions like if. It is a complementary one. If this condition fails, then only it will give this portion as an output. So it completely release on if condition. If condition fails means obviously it will execute else block. So I'm executing this code. So you can see chill today. Any doubts on this?
No.
Yes. So
No.
far we saw. Sorry.
I'm good.
So now the next thing is if elif else. So if else if else. So sometimes will we get a requirement like we should check a condition with like if some condition fails, we have to check whether other condition is true or not. If all the conditions are fails, then only we should go for else. On such cases, we should go with the if else. So let's suppose I'll define a string like day. So let's suppose if day is, so I will create an example. So the example is, yeah, which example will take? Simple example I'll take. Yeah, we'll take character example. Let's suppose if the character A is input, I should get an output like apple. If character B is input, I should get an output like ball. If character C is input, I need to get an output like cricket. Else, we should see an output like please enter a char in between A and C. Clear? Question is clear, right? If we give input as A, it should give output like apple. If we give input like B, it should give output like ball. Okay. So I'm saying A like a input. So I'm keeping A as an input first. So then next, what I'll do is I will define a conditions. So the first condition is if condition. Simple. If you remember the syntax, you can play with it. Okay. I'm explaining that syntax only. If I means input variable name equals to if it is equals to character A in a flower brackets, here you should specify a statement, whatever you want. System dot debug. What I want to print here, apple semicolon. Now I'll copy paste this portion. So now here the second time what I'll do is in place of if I'll use else if. Else if means so it is like reading basic English only. In the if what we are doing, we are checking this condition first. If this condition is true, it will give this portion as an output. If this condition fails, then only it will go to else if. If first condition fails, then only it will go to else if. Otherwise, it won't go. Here, it will check this condition. If the above condition fails, then only it will check below condition. If below condition passes, here I want to print that. Similarly, here what I'll do is I'll check another condition. Here not else, sorry, if else if this condition is true, I want to print an output like cricket. So if all the conditions are fails, so such kind of stuff we can specify in a else. So in a else, what I'll do is I'll if system dot debug please enter a character in between A to C. Like this we can. So any doubts on this syntax?
No, Yakub. Very good.
So
Yeah.
remember, it is not here. What we are doing is the structure is very simple. If you remember the syntax, you can play with it. The first thing is we are defining some variable. So in real time, we'll be get some data from a database. With the database, with the data we'll do this. Okay. So initially we are checking some condition. If condition fails, then only it will goes to the next thing. If all the conditions fails, then only it will execute else block output. So now I'll execute this portion by highlighting it. So what could be the output? So there the input is A, it means it will give output like apple. Similarly, now if you go and change the input, let's suppose if I keep C. So if you keep C, what happens? So if it is C, it will check first condition. So this condition will fails. Then it will go and check second condition. Second condition also fails. Then it will go for third condition. This condition will be true. If this condition is true, it will give this portion as an output. And it won't goes to else block. Why means one condition is true. If all these conditions false, then only it will give C like a else block as an output. Okay. So now once again I'll execute it. So sometimes we'll use if ladder. For some cases, for some requirements, we'll use if ladder. You can see here we are getting to get. So I think this example is clear to you. Clear, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So we'll be having if ladder. So the purpose of if ladder is, so irrespective of first condition, I should set second condition. On some cases, we'll be having requirement like, so irrespective of first condition, we need to check second condition also. On such cases, we should use if ladder. So to make you understand that, I'll take a small example. So I need to take one user defined number, some X number we need to take. Let's suppose I'm taking number like integer X equals to some 45. And I have to check whether this number is divisible with, I want to check divisibility, whether this number is divisible with 5, 7 and 9. So initially we'll try to do this with the if value else. How we can do this then? If math dot mod up. So it's a method directly I remember, that's why directly I'm going. So if you want to know it, math apex class developer guide, you can go to that and you'll find it. Okay. So here we should specify a number, and for which number you want to check a divisibility. If it is gives reminder like a 0. Math.mod is a function, it will give you a reminder. So if you divide some number with x, x means this number with a 5, if you divide this number with 5, if it gives remainder as 0, then I want to display output like system.debug number x is number x is divisible by which number it is? X is divisible. That's more than enough. X means number, right? Is divisible, yes, by 5. Yes. Also, it's more than enough as of now. So initially, I'll explain you the difference between both the things. What is the difference between if else and if ladder? So same thing I'll copy paste for 3 times. We need to check 3 conditions now. So I'll keep here 7. Here keep 7. So here I'll keep 9. So 9, the next what I'll do is divisible by 9. So in this case, in this example, what we are doing is we are comparing strict comparison. It means irrespective of first condition, we should check second condition also. Irrespective of second condition, I should check third condition also. So on such cases, we'll use this if ladder. Irrespective of first condition, if you want to check second condition also, on such cases, we should use if ladder. So in place of if here, if you use else if, what happens? Any guesses? If you use else if here, what happens?
First condition satisfied, right? So it's
If this condition is satisfied, it won't check remaining conditions.
yes, yes.
But here our requirement is irrespective of first condition, it should check second condition also. On such cases, we should use if ladder.
Yes. Inside if one more if we need to provide it.
Sorry, inside
It's like a
you can call another
nested
if. In place of statement, if you want to keep any statements also, you can keep. There's no restrictions. End of line, we did some mistake. This close it. This also close. It's an extra one. Okay, good. Shall we do that, Prithvi, now? Nested thing. Do you want to say nested thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see it is giving output like both the outputs it is giving. If you use if else, it will give only 5 as an output. Okay. So that is the difference. So if else means like sorry, nested means inside the condition, if you keep another condition, that is said as a nesting. Condition. We keep another condition. If you keep condition inside the condition, that is nothing but nested condition. So in a simple words, how I can say is, which example we'll see? Okay, in the same example itself, if the number is divisible with 5, so what I want to do is, I want to check another condition inside. If, tell me some condition. So if it is divisible with 5, I'll check whether it is an even number or not. So only the numbers which are ending with 0 are the even numbers, right? Can I check?
divisible.
Divisible
Divisible.
with a 10, 10 will get for sure. So yeah, I'll check whether this number is divisible with 15 or not. If it is divisible with 5, okay. Not only this condition, whatever the condition you want to compare, you can compare that condition. But here the idea is like inside the condition, we can keep another condition also. Getting? We getting? System box debug.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. So here what we'll do is divisible with 5 and 15 also. So in this, if you want to keep else also, you can keep it. So if this condition is satisfied, whatever you want to do, you can do it inside this if. Okay, there is no restrictions on that. Clear?
Yeah.
Now we'll execute this. Type boolean. Condition expression must be boolean. Where we specify line 13. What's there in line 13?
Inside if we need to give the condition like if it is equal to 0.
Haha, yes, we did not kept any. Yeah, we did not keep any conditions here. No? Great, great.
Yeah.
So we are checking it. Now it will give an output. It's okay. So 45 is divisible with this. If this condition is true, we are checking another condition inside it. If that condition also true, it is giving another statement. Isn't it? Like that, inside the condition, how many conditions you want, that many conditions you can write. If this condition is true, then only it will give that inside the condition black output. Okay?
Yeah.
Done. So the next will be having switch cases. See, as you can walk through this documentation, please don't forget to go through this so that you'll find an additional example. If I miss something also, you'll get to know. Here he might specify different examples. I'm not following the same examples. Okay, fine. So the next
Yeah.
thing, switch statement. So for anything you consider, for that initially you should be good with the syntax. If you know the syntax, you can write the condition very easily. So coming to the switch statement, you can see the structure. Switch is a keyword on expression. Expression means some variable or some condition you want to check, you can check it here. If that expression value is this one, it will give this block as an output. If that expression value is this one, it will give you this portion as an output. So likewise, when else means if all the conditions are fails, then it will give you this portion output. And it is an optional one. It is not a mandatory one, it's an optional one. Okay, when value one. So like this also you can specify in a single go also you can keep multiple values. When value 2 or value 3, any one of these values are matching with the expression, it will give you the output corresponding to this portion. Like that also you can specify. We'll see the examples now. I think he might give some examples here. Later, if you want, you can go through same example as well. Okay. Shall I take a new example or shall I go with any one of these examples? Okay, I'll take.
Shall we try with week example like if it is 1 it is Sunday, if it is
Okay,
2
done.
it is Monday.
We'll do like that. Okay, good idea. So now we should take integer as a value. Okay, integer day. Okay. So let's suppose if integer day is 1, we should give Sunday. If integer day
Yeah.
is 2, we should give output like Monday. Or else what we'll do is, if the integer day is 1 or 5, 1 or 7, right? 1 or 7, 7 means Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So if the day is 1 or 7, enjoy the vacation. If the day is in between 1 to 6, go to office. Shall we try this example?
Yeah.
So first what we can do, switch keyword we need to use.
If
Then next
day,
on day. Okay, switch on day. It means we are comparing on this switch statement. It is only the structure, right? Switch on expression. We should specify everything in a curly braces. So I took curly braces as well. In the curly braces, we need to check a value. When 1. So if it is 1, or if it is 2, or if it is 3, if it is 4, if it is 5, or if it is 6. So we can specify with the comma. 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma, sorry, not 1, right?
2, 3.
1 comma 7. If it is 1 comma 7, we should give output like system dot debug enjoy the vacation. So when yes, what are the values? 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6. If any one of these value is exists, or like a value is in between these values, 2 3 4 5 6 only, right? Yes.
Yeah.
5 days off is done, perfect. System dot debug. So in the debug statement, go to
Office.
office. So now what I am going to convey is here, coming to the switch cases with the when, if you keep a comma separated value, it will be considered like a or condition. Okay.
Okay.
So in between these, I'll use when else as well. When else means if someone will give a day like a 10, someone give day like a 12. Okay. At the time, what I'll do is, so let's suppose, yeah, what I'll do is, please system.debug, please give a valid value
In between 1 and 7.
197 1 to 7. Okay. Like this we can convey now.
Yeah.
So this example is clear, right? This
Yeah.
yes, perfect. Error line 45, column 14, missing semicolon. Where?
So that first one we need to close it once after covering the statement.
Oh, I think we did not close it now. Good.
Yeah.
So for every when we should close there itself. Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. It's not required to us. Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Illegal assignment from string to integer. Where we did that? Oh, sorry. Day we specified in quotations now. It's an integer value, right?
Oh, correct.
Simple things like we should not afraid by looking at the error. We should understand which type of error we are getting, so that you'll get knowledge. If sometimes we won't understand error even, what you can do is simply you can copy that error and keep it in a browser. It will give a lot of solutions. Enjoy the vacation. Day is one. That's why it is giving enjoy the vacation. Let's suppose if we give any other day, day. Let's suppose if I give 4 or 5, what it will give output? Go to office. Sorry, as it is already generated. If you give other value than this, it will give you output like how it will
Else
give.
statement.
Yeah, it will give output like else statement. So can you able to try same example with if else? Same thing, like whatever things we can do with the switch statements, everything we can do with the if else as well. Can you able
Yeah.
to do that, or I need to explain
Yeah,
you?
we'll give it a try.
Okay. Shall we start loops today, or it's enough so we can practice this stuff? So from here, we are starting concepts actually, real concepts.
Okay.
Yeah, Adi garu, tell me. So shall we go with this example? Shall you guys go with the same examples, or like can you able to dig other examples, or shall I start loops concepts? Loops concept is a bigger concept. Chalo, we'll stop here. You're speaking in mute, I think. And in the next session, we'll discuss loops. Okay, like we'll
Yeah.
complete all the loops in a single session, so that it will also much
Yeah.
comfortable. So please practice all these examples which are present in developer guide, and try to do the examples which we did with the if condition, try with the switch statements, and yeah, try that, so that you'll get to know on which cases we need to use switch statements and which cases we should use switch.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, then with this, I'm concluding for today. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Yeah. Thank you, Akam.
Thank you.